A tense and emotional welcome for Manchester United, who have just taken the field, knowing that a 36-year unbroken run in the First Division could be coming to an end after 90 minutes of the 90th Manchester derby. An emotional afternoon, certainly, and one can only speculate at the thoughts in the minds of the players. Men like Alex Stepney, the only survivor of the 1968 European Cup winners team. Willie Morgan, the 9th Manchester derby for him today, and only once on the winning side. Lou Macari, brought down from Scotland for £200,000 to help shape the new United. Brian Greenough, who's had to grow up as a footballer in a side haunted by its past. And what can be the thoughts today of Denis Law, the erstwhile king of the Stretford end, one of the few men to have played on both sides of this game, now returning for probably his last competitive match at Old Trafford, where he knew so many glories and so many triumphs, and maybe now to make a contribution towards his old team's relegation. Well, let's take a check on the two lineups. Manchester United, unchanged. Tommy Docherty has faith in the side, beaten at Goodison Park on Tuesday, the setback which has made life so difficult for them today. Mick Martin, the substitute. And Manchester City, they too are unchanged for their last game of the season. Rodney Marsh, who's had a cartilage operation, might have been in this game, but he turned an ankle over in training yesterday, and so the question never arose. Willie Morgan and Denis Law, two Scots, the skippers, both no doubt aware that one of the minor issues, though not so minor for those involved this afternoon, is that Willie Orman, the Scottish team manager, is in the stand. 8 Scottish internationals in this match for Scythe, Holton, Buchan, Morgan, Macari and McCalliog for United, and Donachie and Law for City. 62,000 people in the ground, making the total at all matches here at Old Trafford this season more than 1 million. The support of the faithful, unshakable. And our referee is Mr. David Smith from Stonehouse in Gloucestershire. It'll be Manchester City to kick off, the Blues against the Reds. The Blues attacking the goal to our left. And of course, it's results in other matches which are important in United's bid to stay in the First Division. But what is certain is that if they don't win here, the results of those matches will have no bearing at all. United, with one game to play after this, that's at Stoke, must win, even if the other clubs are to help them. Denis Law, and Holton going in hard on him. To Lee. Bell. And Doyle. Barrett. Stewart flicking it. Holton, and back to Stepney. For Scythe. He was in sharply enough then. And Bell then. Summerby, tackled by McCallion. Donachie. Law. Holton threading it out to Daly. That's from McElroy. Morgan. Forsyth. Good burst by Forsyth. And good covering back by Colin Bell. Booth there before McElroy, but at the expense of a corner. Morgan taking it quickly, getting it back from Daly. And that'll be corner number 3 in this game, all of them to Manchester United. And this time Morgan to take the deep one. Holton was there, Didn't make contact. That's McCalliog's header, and off the line by Donachie. Turned in again by Houston. Anybody's. Hooked away by Lee. But that was a beautiful cross and a good header from McCalliog. Manchester City saved by Willie Donachie. It's a free kick now for a foul given to Manchester United. And suddenly the game has warmth and passion. Plenty of men to aim at, not least Jim Holton. Got a head to it but couldn't do anything. Doyle. Daly. Oh, he's made some room now. Good header! Sammy McIlroy disappointed. Made good contact, but the angle was difficult. Bell. Barrett. Summerby to Stewart. For Oakes. Well might the crowd ooh. That shot was as close as most that City have had. Ball went out. And there's the half-time whistle. And Manchester United and Manchester City go in halfway through this most vital of Manchester derbies with a blank score sheet. United having certainly not looked like the struggling side they were a couple of months ago, and on the balance of this first half, certainly a better side than Manchester City. They've undoubtedly created the more chances, but City, of course, dangerous on the break. But they go in now to think over a blank score sheet. 0-0 at Old Trafford, but with Birmingham, Southampton and West Ham all leading at half-time, Manchester United will have no illusions about the task ahead of them in these last 45 minutes. Houston. This is Lee. Law. Summerby. Oakes. Stewart. Out to Donachie. Bell. Oakes. It's a United ball. Daly now. That was back into trouble, really. Morgan Howe has Donachie to beat. McCalliog. McIlroy trying to turn, but Booth gets the ball out and off the flag for a corner. Holton under this yet again. And off the line by Barrett. The shot was Daly's, I think. It was in the end probably McIlroy who got in there and was given a lot of time to turn. And Barrett, I believe, whose header it was off the line. McCalliog, and now McIlroy. McCalliog again for Scythe. It's to be yet another cross, but this time on the ground. Daly, Green off, and that sets McIlroy through. Little turn and push through by Greenoff. Gave Sammy McIlroy the ball for his left foot. Summerby. Across field, a beautiful ball for Stewart. Can he make it tell? Pulled across for Lee and he couldn't reach it. Manchester City potentially so dangerous on the break. Colin Barrett from Manchester City. Their corner. Somerby's corner. Stewart setting himself and putting it over Stepney's head against the bar. Well, that was the biggest let-off for United so far. Stewart measured his shot to the inch, or maybe not quite to the inch. Houston. Calliope robbed by Lee. Back heel for Bell. Dennis Stewart now with Donachie going outside him. Law, Somerby and Lee on or around the edge of the penalty area. Somerby for Stewart. Oh, he really had a go again then. And Stepney got down to cover. Twice in a matter of a minute or so, Dennis Stewart foiled. First by the woodwork, the second time by Stepney. Good catch by the Manchester United goalkeeper. Forsyth. Donachie's clearance too strong and too high for Lee. Forsyth for United. To Buchan, with Law coming to make him hurry. Morgan. Doyle. Somerby slotting it through nicely for Bell. Stewart is away on the left. Lee. Pulled across for Law! Dennis has done it! And no elation there at all from Dennis Law. He'll not have scored a cheekier goal on this ground where he's seen so many triumphs. Just look at that little back heel. We've got an invasion of the pitch that we could well do without. The referee is wanting to take the players off. There are officials down on the touchline talking to him. And the pitch rapidly clearing. Tommy Docherty and Tony Book in conversation down on the line. It surely is over now. And Dennis is going to come off. Farewell to Old Trafford. And Dennis leaves the scene, almost certainly for the last time at Old Trafford. The substitute on is Phil Henson, 21 years old, playing for the first time in league football. Henson. Foul by Somerby. It's as though we've got flower bombs or something being thrown from the Stretford end now. Well, it's smoke of some kind coming from behind that goal. Police are there in numbers. Play going on. Well, about 5 minutes to go, because I guess the referee will add something on for the pitch invasion. Houston. Back to him. We've got a spectator on the pitch. Well, this is not a very happy day for Manchester, whichever side of the fence you sit on. And one could do with Manchester supporters not to let down the name of the city. We've got two more on the pitch, one at each end. Martin Buchan leading one away. Still smoke eddying out from behind the goal as play restarts. Difficult for the players to keep concentration in circumstances like this. Referee having words with the Manchester City bench for something. Barrett to Lee, Holton holding him off and getting the ball back to Stepney. Buchan. Forsyth. Booth. Booth coming away with the ball. And we've now got fans on the field again, spilling over from the corner on my right. And I suspect that we shall see the referee calling the players off. Yes, he's taking them off. We have, in fact, had 45 minutes in this game, and I don't see him bringing them back on. So that, presumably, is the end of the game. And apart from 90 minutes at Stoke on Monday, the end of Manchester United's 36 years unbroken run in the First Division. Sent there by the last kick that Dennis Law is likely to take on this field. And the end of a sad, sad season for Manchester United. And we've got another invasion of the pitch. And the season at Old Trafford not so much ending as disintegrating. Loyalty is one thing, but without discipline, it so easily becomes a shambles. And now a police cordon marches on, and the rabble retreat.
Well, just what the punishment for those scenes will be, we can only wait and see. But of course, United's immediate punishment is relegation to the second division. And Gerald Sinstadt asked the Manchester United manager, Tommy Docherty, for his reaction to that.
Obviously very difficult. They're a very young side. Even the older players are obviously very upset. I myself, I'm very upset. I'm upset for the players because they've given so much. I'm upset for the directors and the supporters, because I feel very ashamed and very embarrassed to be in this position. There is no doubt about it in my mind that everyone that plays against Manchester United, they play twice as hard and run twice as fast. And they all like to beat us and they all like to bring us down. And this is a difficult thing to overcome. How could Everton beat us, then beat Southampton 3-0? It's just not on. And this is the type of thing that happens. And I feel very sorry for them because they've given so much And no manager could have asked for more than I've got from these fellas.
What did you say to them when they came in?
Well, I couldn't speak for a change. You know, it's very, as you say, it's very embarrassing. In as much as what can you say? You know, we've been lifting them all season and they've responded magnificently. And it's very difficult. Young players don't realise probably the seriousness of it.
What about your own fans, Tom? This tremendous loyalty and enthusiasm they have for you, and yet at times it embarrasses you when it gets out of hand like today.
They never embarrass me. They're great supporters. And today's incident, I was here last year and Mr. Olive said to me, be prepared at the end of the game, Tom. They come running on the pitch, pick up pieces of grass and they probably thought it was time up today and they ran onto the pitch. It wasn't the right thing to do. I'm not saying it was. It was unfortunate. There was some injury time, I believe, which, you know, I was a bit surprised about. I'm not the timekeeper. The referee was in a very difficult
I certainly
position.
thought there were a few minutes to go.
Yes, the referee had a very difficult job to do, and so did the chief of police. And this is what I feel. It's, you know, it's very, very difficult. And